Hello and welcome back to Boopolo channel. My name is Pascal. Today I am going to do a review of this wonderful lens by Canon. It is an RF 100-500 zoom lens. Its aperture range is from 4.5 to 7.1, 7.1 being at 500 millimeters and 4.5 at 100 millimeters. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy this. And if you like this video or any of our other videos, please subscribe. It comes with this great case with a strap on it and opens here and with a Velcro as well as opening with the thing. So I'm not going to review that, and that's a great bonus. It also comes with the hood, and the hood has the door on it for your density filters or your circular polarizing filters. We will go through that in a minute. I will measure it and put it on the camera and weigh it and all that in a few moments, but I will just tell you the features on it, and then I will tell you about the inside of the lens. There's a UV filter on it, and the filter size is 77 millimeters. It's got this tension for the zoom. So in other words, it's written here on the side here, it says smooth and tight. So if over in the smooth, right over to the smooth, it's nice and easy to push it in, but you wouldn't accidentally push it in either. Even shaking it will not. And then you can put it right over to the tightness, and that is very tight. Now that would never move even if you were jumping around the place. It's not locked now. It's not locked. I can move it there, but I think possibly leave it somewhere halfway. What happens is when you turn this ring here pushes up against it, and obviously it's like a kind of a clutch, I would imagine. So let's talk about the other part of the lens. It's got the control ring here, and that has got, you can hear the notches in it. We'll use that for, of course, we use it for shutter speed, aperture, or exposure compensation, or IOS, or film speed as we used to call it before. And then we have the ring here for when you're on manual focus. It comes with this holder, which is very easily to remove here, or even adjust. You don't have to remove it. If you wanted to do portrait, we would move around. There is a notch here on the top of the lens to line it up so you are exactly 90 degrees. So, and then when you're going back to the other one, so you don't have to guess it. So there's just a little notch, and it can go the other way as well. There's a line on it here as well. You can see the notch there, so we will just turn it slightly like that and then tighten in the ring. So over to the left, it's full. The autofocus works on the full range, and if you put it here, it only goes from 3 meters to infinity. And that's in case somebody ran in front of your lens, it would not be noticed. Or if you had a fence or something like that, say a cyclone fence, it will not knock the lens out. It would actually make the fence disappear. And the autofocus manual focus is here, of course. And then there's the stabilization is on or off. You can have it on or off. And then the stabilization has 3 different modes. So low, medium, and high. What I'm going to do now is I am going to measure it. Now there is a filter on. I'm not going to take off the filter, but I will measure without the filter. I'll take off both ends off it. So from end to end, when it's at wide angle, is 212. And so when we open it out, then it's substantially bigger. Then, of course, because we're a 500 millimeter lens. So without the filter on the end of it, we are coming out to just over 300 millimeters, which is almost 1 foot or 12 inches. Now we'll put I'll close it first, and this door on this is for when you're using neutral density filters, but you can set it up that the door is on the top or in a different position. Maybe you don't want it on the top, maybe you want it on the bottom to stop more dust going in or something like that. So it's very easy to adjust your circular polarizer there or your neutral density filter. an adjustable one. That should be would be. So yeah, we close that, and so with that and all this together, we have a bit of a length, all right, and then we have the camera, of course, on top of that. So our length altogether from here to here is going to be 14.75 inches, or 375 millimeters, something like that. So I'll just put the lens, this cover back on the end here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to weigh it for you. I'll just make it down like this. I'll leave this on the bottom. I want to put it up on. This is a coffee scale, which is very accurate. And I'll give it to you in grams with the filter on it. And it'll be a lot lighter without this on it, but at the end of the day, most people will use this one on it, even if it's only for picking it up. You can have it upside down on it, and you can hold your camera like this if you wish. I'll show you that in one moment. And it weighs 55 ounces. In metric, that's going to come in as 1.563 kilograms, or 1,563 grams, with this on it and this on it, and this little cover, which I'm not going to take off to weigh it. It's got dual motors. They're called USM Nano or Nano USM motors, and they're very, very silent. So when you have the stabilizer on, it's supposed to give you 5 stops. So you're going to allow it, your handheld equivalent of 5 stops. The glass inside in it, 6 UD and 1 super UD. UD is ultra low dispersion, and this one has, as I said, has 1 super, which is even better again. So I'll put it onto the camera now, and I'll let you see it on I'm putting it on my R6 Mark II. It's heavier than the camera, of course, but that's what happens when you have big lenses like this. You see that seal there, and that's the weather seal on this camera. So you line it up like this. I'm going to have this on the bottom, and that's the way I set it up earlier. And when I get my 2 hands on it when it's a big heavy lens like this, and there we go. And this is what it is heavy, so you do want this. But you could put this around to the front and carry the lens like this. I see many people do that. With the hood on top of, we have a big baby here now, don't we? But it balances. And with the foot on it, the bracket on it, it balances itself. So you can leave it there like that, see? And there. So it's more back heavy than front heavy. So if it does go back, it'll go back. It won't go back, it'll find its own way. So that's a plus also. And of course, when we zoom out, then this is, you will feel like you are a press photographer. And there it is out all the way on top of the camera, and it's taking up the whole of my screen there. And what distance is that, you want to know? That is 17 1/8 inches, or 433 millimeters. So that's what you are at 500, and that's what you need at 500. But only in sunny things would you need to use the hood. But some people like to put the hood, leave the hood on. Now, when the hood is on this in reverse, you can't really zoom it. It's like this. You cannot zoom. You cannot do the zoom on it. So that may be somebody's concern. But no, I put this on my other cameras. I always put the hood on in reverse. It's a kind of an extra protection, you know. So if you're storing it, yes, you will put it like that. But bear in mind, you cannot zoom when you have this on there like that. So that's my review of the RF 100-500 4.5-7.1 L lens by Canon, and this is a monster lens, and it is not what I would consider expensive for what it is. You could use this will be used for sports, of course, probably on a tripod or a unipod. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy this. And if you like this video or any of our other videos, please subscribe.